Let's get this started. I'm Brenda with Country Craft Creations design team, and I'm going to show you the tutorial on how to make this stand-up easel Valentine card. As you can see, it actually does stand, so that's what I call it, a stand-up easel Valentine card. Really quick, really easy, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to be using the Echo Park Cupid and Company. I think that is such a very, very cool collection and perfect, of course, for Valentine's Day, with Valentine's Day fast approaching. So this is what I used, and this is absolutely adorable. You can get this at countrycraftcreations.com. Check it. I'm sure that Tammy has it, or if she's out, she will get it. This is the sticker sheet that was in with the collection. Love it. I used some of these on my stand-up easel Valentine card, so I wanted to show you that. Also, I'm using on this one some of the ephemera and some of the frames and tags. So these also are part of this collection. Love, love, love it. I trust that you all saw the cutting guide. I will go ahead and post a link to it at the end of this tutorial just to be safe in case you didn't get it. It is posted on my YouTube. It will be on my YouTube channel, I'm sorry, posted at the bottom, and also on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook. I have a post there that has the cutting guide. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing we are doing is we are going to cut 2 pieces of chipboard. These are going to be cut at 4 by 6. I'm using the black. You can get chipboard in black, white, and just the natural color. I chose the black because I like how it goes with this collection, and just a matter of preference, but you use whatever you like. I also, on these, I use these crocodiles. Love, love, love them. This one is the angle and photo, and I use the angle for the tops of both the tags and the pieces that go on the cardstock, as well as the printed pattern papers. Also, I used on these the 1/2" corner rounder on the bottoms of the tags, as well as the cardstock and the pattern papers that fit on top of here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and, of course, get your art glitter glue. I trust, as I said, you already cut your pieces. If not, there are cutting guides out there available for this particular creation. Let's go ahead and we'll get this glued on. Gotta love art glitter glue. I tell you, I used to use nothing but score tape. I still use some score tape depending on the project, but the art glitter glue goes quick, and you have a little wiggle room there. Use your scoreboard, ladies. These things are awesome. It really helps you to line stuff up and see a little easier, because this I want to cover the entire tag, so I'm pushing it all the way to the top. And this has to be my favorite bone folder. It's the flat top. Love it. I use this, oh my gosh, all the time. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to go ahead and put another piece of black cardstock. I really didn't have to use this since I'm using the black chipboard, but I wanted to show you in case you are not using black chipboard. You would want to use your cardstock on both sides of the tag. So again, I'm going to slide this up to the top. I'm going to slide this up to the top as well. Center it on. And burnish. You can never burnish too much, ladies. That will make sure your glue spreads and is going to stay in place. That's one. We're going to do the same with the second piece. Get my pre-cut here, my art glitter glue. I don't think that Tammy is shipping any art glitter glue right now in the winter because it will freeze. So when spring comes, if you are running low, good time to stock up. Again, I'm going to shove my tag all the way to the top and use that. I'm going to put this to the top, center this on, and burnish. Flip it over and put my other piece of cardstock on. I hope that this video tutorial is a little better than my first. I must apologize. I've done walkthroughs many times of projects, but I'm pretty new at tutorials, so I'm hoping to continue doing them, and you know what they say, practice makes perfect. We'll see how that works. All right, burnish, burnish, burnish. Awesome. So now we have both pieces. Now what we're going to do is you're going to take, well, you're going to get your background paper. And I used, again, this is from the Echo Park Cupid and Company collection. And for this is going to be for the inside, okay? The inside of this. As you can see, I've used solids for the inside. Because when you open that and it's standing, you will be able to see inside. And I'm my own worst critic, so I wanted to make sure that everything was nicely covered. All right. So make sure that this is a good time to, whenever you do your cutting, go ahead and ink. I happen to be using the Prima. This is the Color Philosophy. I really, really like this because it doesn't smear. I have lots of other inks, but this tends to be my favorite, so that's what I use the majority of the time. I absolutely, as I said, I love how it just flows and it does not smear. Okay. Before we put these pieces on, though, we want to go ahead and put our attachment piece on. This is going to be the piece that you cut 1 at 4 by 2.5. And we went ahead and we scored this right down the center at 1 1/4. You're going to burnish that fold. And you're going to go ahead and get your Crop-A-Dile, your angle cutter, and on the fold top, you're going to angle cut both corners because we want this to fit perfectly on the top of this tag. This is what's going to put the easel together. So let's go ahead and get this glued down. Oh, out of frame, sorry. All right. Again, I'm shoving it right up to the top. Whoa. Here we go. Put this down and you've got some wiggle room. Nice and close, nice and tight. All right. We're going to burnish. Awesome. So we have one piece down. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put glue on the top of this other piece. It's still attached to the bottom. Add your glue. Stick it up to the top. Get your tag, your other half. You're going to go ahead and push this up to the top. Make sure that they're nice and even. Press it down. Where's my wipe? If you have any excess glue, go ahead and wipe that off. Then you can open this and burnish. burnish, burnish. All right, so far so good. We're rocking and rolling on this. Again, if you have any little bit of glue on top, go ahead and wipe it off. Now, we are going to go ahead and we're going to use the piece, the cardstock. You had one piece cut at 4 by 1.5. And on that cardstock, you're going with the 4 across the top, you're going to score at 1/2, 2, and 3.5. So again, with the 4 across the top, you're going to score at 1/2, 2, and 3.5. You're going to go ahead and fold that in half, burnish, and on your little 1/2-inch ends, you're going to fold those up, flip it over, fold the other one up, burnish. Okay, so it looks like this. How's that? A little easier to tell. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to attach one end. Okay? We're going to attach only one end. So you want to make sure that the fold is to the inside of that tag. So you're going to be gluing down just this bottom fold. Make sure your large portion here with the fold is pointed towards the top of the tag. So we're going to go ahead and put some glue on here. All right. And you can measure. I usually just eyeball it, and you want to center this to the bottom. And again, I'm going to use my scoreboard as a guide. All right. And you just kind of want to center this. Because that's what is going to hold your easel open. I think my head was in the way. I apologize. So we have half of that connected. Okay, open that, and if there's any little bit of glue, wipe it off and burnish. Perfect. We're not going to seal this yet because we still have to add our papers to the inside, of course. So let's go ahead and do that. These are the inside papers. So this is going to cover up this little flap that we just glued down. This will be covered with the red. Let's go ahead and put this on. I'm going to glue with our art glitter glue. We want a nice stick. And again, you have your corners angled at the top and the bottom. Your corners are rounded. I use the 1/2-inch rounder. So make sure you have this on. Go ahead and burnish it. All right, I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to add my other piece. This is, again, these are the inside pattern papers, and I chose to use a solid because I didn't want to take away from the pattern on the outside of the card. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this piece on. Make sure you do not put that on that fold on your score, because then your card is not going to open and close properly if you put that right on your fold. Okay, that is the inside. So these, of course, are the outside portions. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the little papers. and we're going to add the large papers to the outside. These are the little pieces that I had you cut. These are the little solid papers, and there's 4 of these. 4 of these cut at 1 3/8 by 1 3/8. And that's to cover, sorry about that, that is to cover your little easel stand there. And then there was 1 cut at 1 3/8 by 3/8. This is going to cover this little bitty fold at the bottom because I don't want to be able to see, you know, just a solid black. That's just me. Again, these are inked already. Make sure that you ink all of your papers before you put them on. And I want this to be, this is going to be my front. And the reason I'm making this my front is because when I attach this, you're going to be able to see inside, like this one. You'll be able to see this portion. Whereas the back, you don't see that because the pattern paper or the solid covered it. But this, you can see it. So if I keep that to the front, when it's open, you really don't see it when you look inside. Again, that's just one of my quirks. So that's just me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put on my front. This is my front paper. And again, this is Echo Park's Cupid and Company collection. Love it. Some really, really cute papers in here. Stickers. Really nice. The stickers are really good quality. They're nice and heavy, which that's a good thing. Stickers have come a long way over time. All right. We're going to go ahead and put this on and leave your border, of course, around the edges. Burnish this down. Now, on the original card here, I went ahead and I put some seam binding on. After I put the pattern paper on, I put the seam binding on. I don't know if I want to add that to this particular one, but if you do, that would be the time to add that now. You're just going to put it behind and across the top, and I had it tied, as you can see, to the side. Again, matter of preference, whatever you like, do what you like. This is my front. I'm going to flip this over. This is my back piece that I chose to use. This is one of the cut-aparts. This says every love story is beautiful, but ours is my favorite. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and get this glued on. And again, these are just suggestions. You do what you like. You use what you like. It's entirely up to you. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this on. And again, we do have that 1/8" border around it. Well, burnish, burnish, burnish. And actually, that did not go on properly because, let me measure. You know what? This actually should be 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. This is not. This is 6 by 4. So we need to cut this down. Rats. One sec. I am so sorry. One sec. Let me grab my cutter. One sec, folks. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut this down so that it fits properly. I really, really like this Creative Memories cutter. Okay, and again, we want this at 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. I'm going to flip this over. Okay, this needs to be 5 7/8. First, we need to open it so we can see where we're at. All right, that would be 5 7/8. So we did cut a sliver off, and this is going to be 3 7/8. Okay, that should be it right there. Yep, let's cut it through would be good. There we go. I apologize. I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, I wasn't thinking. I should have had that done. So since we did have to go in and redo this, we're going to have to, we don't need to cut our tops. Well, yep, we kind of do. Get your angle cutter, and the one side is fine. This side, however, needs to be recut, and the bottom portion should have. Okay, and of course now we're going to have to ink this. So just go ahead and, I'm using the black, as I said. I just really like how that looks. All right, let's try this one more time. We'll go ahead and glue this on. Yep. I assure you it'll be fine this time. And you know what? Measure twice, cut once. Right, ladies? Okay, let's get this on. Here we go. Much, 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 much better. Yep. Awesome. Burnish that baby down. All right. Again, if you want to use the seam binding to go across the front, or ribbon, or whatever you want to use, this would be the time to put it on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead now and put on the little solid colored inked pieces that we cut. There's 4 pieces that are 1 3/8 by 1 3/8, and we have one little piece that is 1 3/8 by just 3/8. Let's go ahead and put these little pieces on. Okay, let's open this baby up and stick these down. Make sure you do not obstruct your fold, however. Okay. Because if you do, as I said, it's not going to open properly if you obstruct your burnished fold. This piece now we're going to put on here and kind of line it up. Burnish it on. All right, let's flip this over and add these other 2 pieces. This is so easy, and I just think it's kind of a cool idea. And yeah, I don't know, I'm easeling lately. All right, one more of the little square, the art glitter glue. All right, put this one on and burnish. All right, now it's time to put this little bitty piece on. Let's turn this to the front. All right. Fold this piece in. This is going to get glued on, so you're not going to see it. So before you do anything, take and get your glue. Put some glue on this little bitty piece. All right. And this is going to go on the inside here. Yeah. All right. This is going to go right on the inside piece. Okay. Burnish that little piece down. Now, we are ready to glue this piece together. So you're going to fold this up, add some glue, add your glue. This is super easy because now you're just going to close your card. All right. Rub over that so that it seals nicely. And when you open it, there we have it. I'm going to wipe that little bit of glue off, and as you can see, there's your easel stand. That's the back. This is the front. On the back, I don't want to do too much, so I went ahead, and this is just one of the little ephemera pieces. I went ahead and I glued it on to black cardstock, fussy cut around it, and I put 2 pop dots on it because I like a little dimension. And I'm just going to put this right here at the bottom. All right, now I'm going to flip this over, and this is when you really do the fun stuff. Again, let's get the cool stuff out. These are, again, pieces from the Echo Park Cupid and Company, and I really like this piece, so this is what I'm going to use for the front. All right, so I'm going to glue it on to this black cardstock that I cut, and of course the corners are all rounded. Let's glue this on. All right, glue this on, and I want somewhat of a border, of course. Okay, that looks pretty good. Burnish, burnish. Wipe off any excess glue. And this I'm going to put right here across the top, I do believe. I'm just going to glue this on. I'm not going to pop dot it because I have something else in mind to do. So I'm going to glue this on. I think I'm going to put this, I don't want it all the way at the top. I'm going to center this on. Looks pretty good right there. Stick it down. And now this was from the sticker sheet, and I went ahead and I inked it, and I backed it with black cardstock, fussy cut around it. Now this I am going to use for the bottom, and I am going to use some pop dots because I do want the dimension on this. Just like on this one, the bicycle, this is from the sticker sheet as well, and as you can see when I take these tags out, this is pop dotted on. All right, so let's go ahead and get some pop dots on that. These are pretty thick. You can get different thicknesses, and these are a ½ inch. It can't be. It's 0.5 inches or 1.2 centimeters. That's how big they are. All right, whenever I'm doing this, I'm going to put 4 pop dots on this. And I'm going to put these across the bottom, specifically across the bottom, because I'm going to use this, just like in this one, to hold these tags. This is going to be my tag holder. And the backs of the tags, I did not back these with the black cardstock because I wanted to be able to write something on them. I thought that was a good idea to leave those blank on the back. But of course, ink them all. And if you want to use the seam binding for your pull, feel free. Some people don't like to do that. You can use seam binding, you can use cardstock, whatever you choose for your tags to embellish. rock on and do it. All right, let's go ahead and get these on. Again, these are nice pop dots, and I'm going to put these, I want these across the bottom because again, these are going to act as our tag holders that we're going to be putting inside. So we'll keep these really close. 4 of them seems to work nicely. Kind of space them out. And one more. This one we're going to put over here towards the side. All right, let's go ahead now and take the backing off so we can stick this on. Again, this is a nice, quick, easy, but you know, it's something a little different rather than just a plain card. You know, that's the usual typical card. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and I want this pretty close to the bottom because, as I said, I've got, you know, some tall tags that I'm going to be putting on. All right, and this is going to be my tag holder. All right, see, it's popped out here, so you have some dimension to it. And then these tags are what I'm going to put in. Now, this piece on this example, I used some really cool red sparkly lips. They were in my stash. I think I got them at Michael's, if I'm not mistaken. I have a ton of different types of things I watch for at not only at the stores, but at flea markets and antique shops and auctions. Sometimes you can get a whole box of it so cheap. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to use this. I want to put this up towards the top, I think. I like how that looks. And this is very dimensional. I think it's pretty cool. It's metal. So to put this on, I'm going to use my glossy accents. Anytime I put metal on, I usually use glossy accents. I seem to do well with that. I keep hat pins, this one in particular, to keep my glossy accent bottle open because it dries out pretty quick, folks. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to put, I'm going to put a nice amount on this. And then I'm going to stick this down right here. I'm going to kind of hold that for a second just to make sure that it sticks and it grabs. While that is setting, this would be a good time to decide what you want to put as your pulls on your tags. Again, on the sample, I used red seam binding on all of these. And if you do so, this is how this is going to look. You're going to put the tags in if you use the red seam binding. Again, it's entirely up to you. Whatever you like, whatever you want to use it and do it. There's no right or wrong way. So don't feel like, you know, oh my gosh, mine isn't going to be exactly like that. It doesn't have to be. You do you. So this is going to go in. These two are going to also go in. And this one's going to kind of sit off to the side a little bit. And then again, I'm going to decide what I want to put for the pulls. I don't know yet. I may put some black seam binding is what I'm thinking. So, and there you have it. There is your easel card. Quick, easy, and just so many ideas and ways to use it rather than just the typical usual card, right? I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know, and I'll do my best to help you. I will be posting a link to my blog, and I'll have pictures there as well. That blog address is cross-eyed cricket scrapbookerscreations.blogspot.com. And on YouTube, I will have a link, of course, posted at Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe, and I will see you soon with another project. Thank you.